Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back, I'm not going anywhere. Beast! Peekaboo, I see you because I'm YouTube. I should have been in color guard. Famous now. Available in 2021. Oh my God, no, wait. 2023, the album, Dad F. Rock on, gold dust Rhiannon rings like a bell through the night, and wouldn't you love to love her? Beast! All right, let's get into this video today. It's been several days. Listen, folks, okay? Listen, people, and don't call people, it's rude. But anyway, my second grade teacher, she used to do that. She used to call us people, and I always thought it was so mean. Anyway, listen, people. I have important things going on in my life, okay? Like TV shows. I have been binge watching so many TV shows lately. I have binge watched The Deep End by Teal Swan. Okay, what a whack job. And I'm going to be doing a review of the documentary series as well as her responses to it that she posted on YouTube. I will be putting that up on my review channel. I have also binge watched, I'm like binge watching a series a night. I also just binge watched this weekend, Stay Sweet, Pray and Obey, or whatever that's called. Anyway, about the FLDS church. I'm gonna do a whole review of that over on my review channel as well. And then, what was the other one that I watched? The Keeper of the Ashes on Hulu with Kristen Chenoweth. That was fantastic. About the 1977 Girl Scout killings. It was so sad and so tragic, but it was fantastically done. And then last night, I started First Kill on Netflix, which is actually really well done. And if you're a reader of young adult novels, you will be well aware of the name V.E. Schwab, or Victoria Schwab. And she is a creator of this series, and it's really, really well done. So if you like vampires and all that kind of stuff. So I started that last night, and I think I'm on the 4th episode. So, woo! Been sleeping in a little bit lately. So anyway, today I thought we would go back to my roots and do a Trisha Paytas video. I have kind of been following some of the stuff that Trisha Paytas has been putting out there recently, and I have to say it's interesting to me because, you know, Trisha Paytas has been somebody that has trolled for such a long time, and it's continuing to troll. But, you know, she has done these things where she has been so offensive to so many communities at this point and taken no accountability for it whatsoever. But it almost kind of seems like she's, I don't know, like run out of ideas or something, because she's still trolling and lying, and I'm going to prove that today in this video, but it's like on such a less level. And I know the Trisha Paytas, the Trishy Fishies are going to come over here and they're going to say, well, it's because she's changed. No, she hasn't. She's the same person she's been all along. Okay, we know that. We haven't seen any grand entrance into the world of morality of Trisha Paytas, and I don't expect to see it anytime soon. But what's interesting to me is that she is doing it on such a lesser level, and I almost kind of wonder if, you know, because she's becoming a family and all this kind of stuff, that she's kind of like a little bit of afraid of it to some degree. It was interesting because Trisha Paytas posted, let me see if I can find it on here real quick for you guys. She posted this book on her Instagram story the other day. I'm not going to throw up the screenshot, but it was The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. Now, if you are a follower of my Purisms channel, where I do like daily meditations and I talk about lessons I've learned in my life and things like that, what you'll know is that Rhonda Byrne is the author of The Secret that came out, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. She put out this book several years ago, I'd say probably 10 years ago now, and it's called The Magic, and it's 28 Days of Gratitude. I've actually done that book twice. I think twice. Definitely I know once, but I think twice on the channel. Like with the people that watch the channel, we like did it together over a period of 28 or 30 days. It's a fantastic book. Like I can remember the first time that I did it, because every day you get up and you write a gratitude list, and you say like, I am truly grateful for, and it has to be things specific, you know, not just to that day, but in your life, and you can't repeat things over time. So like I would say, you know, today I am truly grateful for I don't know, this cup of coffee that I'm drinking from Rise Brewing Company. Not sponsored, but it's delicious. Hold on. because it's delicious and it's giving me caffeine and on and on and on, right? And then you make a list of 10 and then you read them out loud. And you say, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you don't believe me, listen, I know my facts. I don't just throw some picture up in a Instagram story, okay? I've done the lesson, all right? My lesson plan is prepared today. So, and then you say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then each day, there's like a lesson. Like I can remember one of them is called the magic rock, and it's where you pick like a stone or a rock or something, and you set it beside your bed. It's a rock that means something to you. It can be anything. It can be just some keepsake or whatever. And then at the end of the night, you like maybe for me, it would be this drama conch over here. And I would go, oh, magic drama conch. No. And then at the end of the day, you hold the rock, you know, before you go to sleep. And you think of like the 3 best things that happen throughout the day. And then you pick the best one. And the whole idea of it is to end your day on gratitude, right? So, you know, Trisha Paytas we've seen an interest in, you know, a lot of these different spiritual beliefs, so to speak. And even though, I will say this, okay, even though I truly, truly believe that she is trolling in every incident that she does this, I think for her to troll spiritual beliefs, there has to be some innate kind of interest in these, even if she never follows through and she doesn't even do that. I mean, to me, she's kind of like a 12-year-old kid wanting to, you know, bring out the Ouija board and, you know, do tarot card readings and all that kind of stuff. And then she's telling everybody when she's in middle school at lunch, because she ain't got no friends, okay, hey, listen, I do tarot card readings. I'll do them for free, okay? You just have to sit with me at lunch. She's kind of that a little bit, right? Which is so offensive to people that take that seriously. And she's now done that with like every spiritual belief and every background. So it was interesting when she put this book out there to me on Instagram. Like, it probably doesn't mean to a lot of other people what it meant to me. But having done the book, and I will tell you, the first time that I did that book, my husband later said to me, that was the happiest month of your entire life. Like, you were so full of gratitude in that month. And I really, really was, right? So you might ask, why don't I do that book consistently? I mean, it's not the kind of book that you just do over and over and over again, but I am a believer in keeping, you know, doing daily gratitude lists. And on that channel, I talk a lot about that. So if you want to hear more about that, go over to my Peterisms channel and I talk about daily gratitude lists and things like that on a regular basis. So it was interesting to me when I saw that, because I thought, Trisha's kind of pulling it in a little bit, right? She's kind of doing safe drama. And let me explain to you what I mean by, well, okay. This is a 3-part story. There's something that she tweeted out, which I really didn't think that was that big of a deal. Then there was kind of this Twitter rant that she went on, which I actually agreed with almost all of what she said on there. But I also thought it was an advertisement. And then she straight out got caught in a lie in a live stream, okay? And it's an interesting lie because it's kind of a safe lie. So let me explain to you what happened. So first of all, I saw that Trisha, I have to find, I don't want to put on my reading glasses. People laugh so hard when I put my reading glasses on and take them off and all that kind of stuff. I'm so excited today, so I get to go to, tonight is my home group in recovery, so I'm so excited. My friend is going to come pick me up, and the 4 of us, we go to our home group, and then we get a fountain pop afterward. It's real exciting in the world of Peter Monn over here. But anyway, Trisha put up this thing on Twitter, and this is from 6/11, and she posted, pretty sure everyone canceled each other off of YouTube, and now it's just Mr. Beast's platform, right? And I thought this was interesting, kind of, because there are so many YouTubers that I watch, like on a regular basis, and I kind of go in and out of phases, but there are a lot of people that I watch. A lot of these people just don't post consistently anymore, you know? I watch Zachary Michael. I love his coverage of Amberlynn Reed and Chantal. I think he's hilarious. I watch Andrew TMI. There's a lot of people that I watch. I watch those guys. Every time I say this, they always like post it in the comment section below, so somebody please post it, because I can never remember their names, but it's just their names. And they build like off the grid in like Canada somewhere, and they have this dome house. I love them. There's a lot of like couples out there that I watch, because like Matt and Blue I watch. You know, there's a lot of couples that I watch. They just post maybe once a week or something like that. So the reality is, no, Trisha, not everybody has canceled each other off YouTube. You people that were problematic have canceled each other off of YouTube, right? But there are still so many people out there that are thriving. And I think the thing that Trisha doesn't understand, she goes on to say, no, but for real, I used to watch YouTube for literal hours. Where did everybody go? Okay, well, maybe the people that you watched are so problematic that their careers are, woohoo, they're gone, right? You know, the people that she used to love to watch, her good Judy Shane Dawson is putting out a podcast a week, and I'm sure she's not watching him anymore. And Jeffree Star, you know, he only puts a video out every 3 weeks, and it's usually an ad for either yak meat or cosmetics. And so, because I think that's what his last video was an ad for his yak meat that he's going to be selling. So, you know, and she's not watching him anymore because they're not friends. So Trisha's downfall, okay, with all of her friends and her not being friends with these people anymore. I mean, who's Trisha friends with on YouTube? Like, seriously, okay? She's not friends with Gabby Hanna, we know that! But if you want to go see Gabby Hanna live, she will be live in Los Angeles on June 16th. So you can go see her live. She's selling tickets. They're selling tickets for it now. She's been putting it up on her TikTok and Instagram and all that kind of stuff. Ah! I can't imagine hearing that concert, okay? Listen. Do snakes have ears? Because I know they poop, but if they have ears, they probably wouldn't want to go to that concert. I'm just like, ah! Or will it just be a poetry reading? I don't know. So anyway, Trisha isn't watching YouTube anymore because she isn't friends with any of the people that she used to watch on YouTube. Except that we do know that Trisha Paytas still watches drama videos, even though she says she doesn't. So Trisha, hi, how are you doing? I'm still around, so thank you for watching me. Anything that has Trisha Paytas' name in it, she watches. We know that, right? Okay, so, you know, it was just interesting to me that she was like, where did all these people go? I think the other thing for Trisha and a lot of people is that once they get to like a million mark, 2 million mark, whatever, and they're getting consistent views, because I was thinking about this the other day, was that, you know, Trisha used to get 400,000, 700,000 views a video. She's not pulling those kind of views even on her ASMR videos, which a lot of people are liking, right? So what you have to realize there are a lot of YouTubers out there that are putting out consistent, regular content. I mean, several times a week, that are busting their butts, not really making a lot of money, not making money where they can, you know, sustain an income, and they have 5,000 subscribers, or 10,000 subscribers, or 30,000 subscribers, or a lot of people that have 60 and 80, you know, like, that's a big deal to a lot of people out there. That is success. And I think that they should be rewarded for that success, you know? And there are a lot of great people. So if you have people out there that you love that are smaller creators, please link them in the comment section below. So I thought that that was interesting, okay? Then Trisha Paytas went on this Twitter rant. I don't really know. Let me see if I can find where it started. Hold on, I will pull up her Twitter right here. I had her pulled up. Did she block me? No, here she is. Not yet, not yet. Okay, hold on, here she is. She went on this Twitter rant about her OnlyFans a couple days ago. And, hold on where I want to get to it. She goes on this whole thing. And the thing that's interesting about this, okay, is when you read the Twitter rant, the one before that, the tweet before that is her posting her video, Cooking with Trish, Chicken Fajitas and Mexican Rice. The very next one that she posts is 50% off onlytrish.com 18 plus content, okay? So she posts on here where you can join her, and she has it like on her thing and everything, where you can join her OnlyFans for 50% off, right? Then, only then, and this is why I totally believe that it was an advertisement, does she go on this whole rant about all of the shame that she has received as a sex worker doing OnlyFans, and before that, and she talks about stripping in there and all this kind of stuff. She talks about OnlyFans people on OnlyFans being able to dictate what they put out there, and that even then, she's been asked to do a lot of things that she wasn't comfortable with. And even in the past, when she did do those things, that was just kind of like, I think she referred to it as a season of her life. You know, and I agreed with a lot of what she said. I agreed with, I would say, 90% of what she said. The thing was, for me, it was like, literally, you guys, it was like 10 tweets. And I was like, what is she going on and on and on about? And then, like, when I got, because I was reading them, like, backwards. Do you ever do that? When I got to the end of it, I was like, oh, it's an advertisement for her OnlyFans, right? And there's been a lot of discussion recently. If you go over to the Trishy Land Reddit thread, there's been a lot of discussion on what Trisha Paytas makes a month. She said in this thread something to the effect of that she has like 3,500 followers on OnlyFans, which, let's just put this in perspective. The amount of subscribers that she has on YouTube, the amount of subscribers that she has on TikTok, the longevity that she's had in her career on the internet, I think 3,500 is good, but do I think it's like unbelievable? No. Do I think it's great money as far as OnlyFans? Probably. It said on there, somebody in the Reddit thread estimated that she makes about $70,000 a month, and then after OnlyFans and everything takes their piece and taxes, she's probably making $30,000 a month. That's still really good income for OnlyFans, right? So it was interesting to me, but I was like, there's been all this speculation that Trisha Paytas is hurting for money. Why is she going on this rant about all this stuff? Which, in all honesty, anybody that reads this would probably agree with it, right? In what she says about not shaming sex workers and it's their decision and on and on and on, and like situations that she's been in the past. She talks about strip clubs. She talks about strip clubs, and I've had quite a few friends of mine that were dancers, and my roommate that I lived with for quite some time was a dancer. I don't know that the estimates that she gives on the percentages that she was able to make and take home are really correct. I don't know, to me, it seemed a little low, and it seemed a little off, but I could be completely wrong about that. But she doesn't really have any reason to lie. Trisha Paytas lie? Oh my God, no, she just forgets the truth, okay? She forgets the truth, and then she forgets to ever come back and correct the truth. But anyway, so that whole thing was interesting to me, and I was kind of like, what's she doing? Like, she's putting a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper out here, you know what I mean? Oh, let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. I loved salt and pepper back in the day. Salt and pepper. But anyway, oh my God, I was watching I watch Game Show Network like nobody's business, you guys. Okay, I watch, what is it, America's Choice, and I watch the People's Crossword Puzzle with Leah, what's her name? The one with this girl from the Church of Scientology, Rimini. I can't think of her name, but my friend Tawny Jean, she always goes, I love her, she's so nice. But, and then I also watch Family Feud, like literally like 2 hours of Family Feud a night. I love that Steve Harvey so much. It just makes me laugh. My husband sits on the couch and he watches me because I just like laugh and laugh and laugh. I just think Steve Harvey, it's such a nice channel. I love Game Show Network. It's such like a pure channel, But anyway, Leah Rimini. Yeah, Rimini. That sounds wrong. Something sounds wrong about that. But I was watching that People's Choice, and you know how they do, like, not People's Choice, is that what it's called? I don't know. It's where it's like crossword puzzles, and they have like topics, and the topic was like 90s hip hop bands or something like that. And something said, I can't remember what the quote was, but it was salt and pepper. I go, salt, pepper, salt, pepper. I was like shouting out and screaming. I was so excited. Anyway, so I love my Game Show Network. Back in the day when I was growing up, oh my God, my grandma, she and I would watch The Price is Right, and I loved, Sale of the Century was my favorite because they always had like but anyway, my grandma, she could like get a price on Price is Right down to like 67. If it was like 67, for Brillo pads or something, she'd go 67 cents. And I'd be like, Grandma, how do you know? And she'd be like, Grandma's at the grocery store all the time, okay? She'd be smoking her Salebs over there drinking a cup of coffee, playing solitaire. Anyway, that was after my grandma got out of prison. Well, yeah, it would have been after my grandma got out of prison. Y'all didn't know my grandma went to prison for embezzlement? Well, that's a different story for a different day. But anyway, so I love the game shows. What was I talking about? Oh, Trisha Paytas. Trisha Paytas should have gone on game shows. Do you know what? It is interesting to me. I will say this, is that Trisha Paytas is somebody that has tried so hard to get famous. And as an avid watcher of X on the Beach, which the season finale is this week, and I've also watched Peak of Love, I love the friendship of La Demi, who is real good friends with Juju Gorgeous, and Adore Delano. I am going to get back on topic, trust, okay? But what's interesting is that now there's kind of this world of reality shows. Listen, I remember watching the very first season of The Survivor. The Survivor, I put the in front of everything, of Survivor. And I remember when reality shows first started. Now it's like, hi, I'm Judy Smith, and I was on Big Brother, The Challenge, and Love Island. They're like, there's this whole world of people that are reality stars that have just been on reality shows. Like, Trisha Paytas should have gone with that. She tried it with Big Brother, but she was pissed everybody off and just sat on the couch and I threatened people all day long, so she didn't make it real far. But anyway, so that was interesting to me about the whole like OnlyFans thing, because I was like, what's she doing here? Here's an advertisement. So is Trisha Paytas really hurting for money? I don't know, right? So then I saw over on the Spill With Me Instagram, I will link it below, they put up a clip from, hold on a second, I have it right here. They pulled up a clip from Trisha Paytas's TikTok live that she did, okay? And underneath here, it's also on the Reddit thread, which I'm gonna get to in just a second. Underneath here, they said, Fans on TikTok ask Trisha and Moses how they met. She proceeds to troll and say they met on a Tinder dating show that aired on Snapchat. Let's get it right. She was on the Bachelorette series on H3 podcast. Moses slid into her DMs because he was salty. They picked her over him to be that Bachelor season and tried to sabotage the Bachelorette season or Bachelorette because of his saltiness towards H3 Productions and Hila Klein. So that's what they have to say. Now, there are several comments underneath here, and people are asking, like, why is she lying and stuff. Someone says, she's rewriting history again, eh? Like, we all didn't see it happen. And someone says, it's really weird they just pretend Ethan and Hila don't exist at all. And that's kind of what people are speculating, is they always lie and, like, kind of omit Ethan and Hila from their history, right? Like, and this is what I don't understand about it. This is what I don't understand about a lot of YouTubers that tell their truth, right? And I was just talking about this the other day, and I said on there that, like, if you guys know, fellow drama commentary channel, I don't know what he likes to be called, but Luke Alexander did a video coming back, and it was, to me, such a refreshing video because he was so vulnerable and he just told his truth about going into psychiatric hospitals and what he had experienced from that, and, like, coming around, and it even had a lesson at the end of it of, like, hey, listen, you know, like, you can come out on top like me and I'm improving my life. And it was just, I thought, such a vulnerable and refreshing video. And the reason why I say refreshing is because it appears that the majority of these YouTubers, okay, and by the majority, I'm talking about Trisha Paytas, Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, James Charles, Tati Westbrook, you know, any of the beauty influencers out there, it's like they have this inability to, you know, Jake Paul, Tana Mojo, Logan Paul, on and on and on. They have this inability to tell the truth, to live out loud. And I think that that is so essential to life, right? To just say where you're at and talk about, like, what's happened to you, right? And that was why I thought that video was so refreshing. I just sat there and I watched it and I thought, to be able to get on film and tell your truth so honestly, also to remember, okay, that this is really going to help somebody in the long run. Because Trisha could do videos that would be helpful to people. You know, she could tell a lot of stories out there that are based in truth. She could. I don't know that she has the ability to do that. But she could do that. That would really help her audience. And I just think that is such a valuable asset to have, where you have this platform where you have the ability to positively impact the lives of others so that they can see you and say, I'm not alone. And I feel heard and I feel seen. But Trisha Paytas doesn't do that, right? Trisha Paytas just lies. It would be, she could get in a video and say, we met on, you know, Ethan's H3 podcast and on this Bachelorette series. And, you know, even though Ethan and I are not friends today, I'm so grateful that that was the opportunity that I got to meet the love of my life, that I got to meet my husband, because he then dipped into my DMs and it was kind of cute. It was kind of funny. And, you know, yeah, like, so I don't know, maybe that's one way of taking something good from something bad that happened in my life. Why is that so hard to do? Can somebody explain that to me? So then if you go over to the Reddit thread, they really let her have it over. I mean, of course they always do. In the Trishy Land Reddit thread, they posted and it says, liar, liar, peed in pants on fire, lie about their origin story, right? And so when you go under, they have like the same clip over here. I'm not going to play the clip because even though Trisha Paytas says she don't copyright stuff and all that, we already know that that's a lie straight from the pit of hell. So I'm not going to include the video. You can go over to the Trishy Land Reddit thread or spill some tea with me and you can find out what they had to say. But it was interesting because, so when they were asked, the first comment on here is, her voice quivered when she said that, damn. And somebody else said, it sounded like that. She did. It sounded like she was so caught. I mean, she is like, Trisha Paytas is somebody that can just lie like this. That's the dolphin sound. Okay. Somebody said, good catch. She malfunctioned. Her trying to lie while being filmed live was at her peak primal narcissism, somebody said. And then somebody else said, it's so weird, like, why lie about everything? And somebody said, it's almost scary how quickly she comes up with these lies. And somebody else said, and Moses waits quietly to see where the lie goes before he co-signs it. Pathetic. And he does, totally. He, like, nods, and he's like, yeah, and goes on. Exactly, Moses just sits there letting her lie. He wants to come off as a spiritual guru and peaceful, but he co-signs a liar all the time, which also makes him a liar. Someone says, no offense, but the fact that she lies about this proves how terrified and bothered she is by H3H3. If you were really spiritually in a good place and were moved on from frenemies, then why are you so effing scared to say how you met your husband? Even if she was saying this jokingly because everyone knows how she met Moses, she sounds pathetic and scared. When you watch the video, it doesn't come across as if she's making a joke of it. It comes across as if she straight up lies. Like, this is the truth. Like, this is her truth, right? Like, this is how they met. That she really believes it. And it's I don't know, like, when you're in the middle of gratitude and have a spiritual foundation for your life, which I like to think today I do, there have been many, many periods of my life that I don't, you know, at being part of a 12-step program, having a spiritual foundation is something that you work on. So Trisha Paytas saying that she has a spiritual foundation, and I know that this is missed on a lot of you and you don't care, I understand that and I respect that. But when you are somebody that says, I have a spiritual foundation for my life, I'm in spiritually a good place, and I have gratitude in my life, you aren't necessarily, you know, picking apart and lying about the pieces of your life that fit and the pieces that don't fit, right? Because all of it fits to some degree in the journey that you've been on. You have to make sense of it somehow, even if it isn't what you want to take a look at, you know? So then other people are like, the speculation is, however, that they may be some legalities that keep each party from speaking about one another. When Trisha, that's not true. H3 still pokes fun at Trisha, whatever. Trisha could have said, and this is the thing. Okay, hold on a second. Let me read the rest of the comment. When Trisha had a meltdown on Twitter, Moses and Hila's mom talked to, okay, so it goes on and talk about that. Someone said that's not true. Ethan has talked about her since then. Exactly. Even around their wedding, I don't believe there's any legalities, there's any contracts talk about what they can each talk about. I just don't believe that whatsoever, right? And even then, Trisha could say, to stay honest, she has the inability to be honest. Trisha Paytas has the inability to be honest, okay? I mean, Shane Dawson said it to me in person years ago. She's a pathological liar, and that was when he was friends with her. So I don't know why you keep friends around that are pathological liars, but and I think most people knew it by then. I think she's proven it to the internet by now. But even if that were the case, Trisha could say, I was on a show and they did, you know, this dating thing, and then he dipped into my DM. She's not allowed to talk about him dipping into his DMs. And then she lies and says it's a Tinder show on Snapchat when she's come for other people like Nikita Dragon for having shows on Snapchat. It's just buffoonery to me. And this is the thing, is that Trisha Paytas has the inability to take any responsibility for anything. She just puts lie on top of lie on top of lie. And the thing that's really sad about this is that she's going to lose fans, she's going to lose viewers over this and more and more and more over time, right? But just imagine living in a world where you have the inability to, I mean, because I have, like, in the past had conversations with Trisha where I've asked her about things that she has lied about, and she, like, I mean, I'm talking 4 or 5 years ago, and she would say, oh, I just told that story because it fit this or whatever, and I was like, what, you know, or whatever. I've talked about that on here before. And it's like, imagine being a person that is aware of your truth, but you're constantly putting out lies. And so everything about your lie or life is a lie, okay, out there. And, you know, it's very much to me like, she said at one point too that she really admired the, you know, the comedian Andy Kaufman, and she wanted to be seen like him, where you don't really know what's the truth and what's not. Well, she's no Andy Kaufman. She's no comedian on any kind of level. She's just not, and she doesn't have any kind of true talent like that, where people are going to look at her and be like, oh my God, this is an art form. And I think she thinks like that, right? Like, she's going to be this, you know, Andy Warhol muse to somebody that they're going to be like, oh my God, Trisha Paytas is just this genius at this time. And I don't know, maybe I thought that at one time, but I don't today. It's just lie on top of lie on top of lie on top of lie. And it's ridiculous, and it's really sad. It's really absolutely sad. My battery died almost as soon as I was done filming this video. People are always like, oh, I wish your videos were longer than 30 minutes. You know you wish my video was longer than 30, 40 minutes. Anyway, I just wanted to say, you know, I think it's sad. I think it's really, really sad. And I think in the end, okay, when you look at this, you step outside of it as a drama channel, as somebody that enjoys talking about drama, as a Trisha fan, as whatever, it's really sad to Trisha and the close-knit people around her, right? Because she has this need to continue and continue and continue and continue to lie and make up lies. And like you see it with Moses, I mean, you have to co-sign that to some degree if you're going to be in the world of Trisha Paytas. And, you know, I don't know, like, it reminds me a little bit of, like, if you ever watch the Whitney Houston documentary, I think it's just called Whitney, and it's so fantastically done. And at the end, I think it's her agent is talking about how they asked, like, what was one of the major problems on how Whitney ended up the way that she did. And the agent says, everybody that Whitney had working for her were either close friends or family. And they didn't want to give up their Mercedes and their houses and everything that they were being given as well. So no one was willing to tell Whitney no. You know, and that's the problem when you have a lot of yes men around you, or women, that are co-signing your BS, right? Is you're never going to grow as a human being. You're never going to grow as a person. And in fact, you may end up in some very dangerous situations. And, you know, that makes me sad for Trisha, because I think we see a lot of people around her that are yes men to some degree, and even a lot of fans that are like, she's not hurting anybody, whatever, you know. Well, when you live in that constant state of lying, you are hurting yourself. You really are. But I don't think it will stop. I don't. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.